La última vez nos fuimos a una ciudad ahí a explorar un poco. Luego tuve un dolor insufrible de muela que tuve que dejar el stream. Pero bueno, hoy ya estoy bien. Así que vamos a continuar, ¿vale? Estábamos en... ¿Cómo se llamaba? ¿Escila? No, Escila no. Bizancio, eso es. En Bizancio. Buenos días. No, vamos a seguir haciendo misiones, que estamos ahí haciendo misioncitas y completando cositas. Pero... Ah, será arriba. Qué lujoso esto, ¿no? Hola.
That's right. You weren't here when it happened. Some UDL officers took him into custody.
Oh, law. What did they take him for?
UDL's been questioning anybody with possible...
Hola, buenos días. Tampoco es tan buena. Tampoco está levelada. Pues no sé a dónde cojones hay que ir. Habrá que salir fuera, supongo. No me marca abajo, ¿eh? Entonces hay que bajar. Hola. Entrad. Venga, entrad. Entra, coño. La ciudad y las estrellas. Hemos actualizado algo. Área restringida. Tenemos un problema aquí, ¿eh? Trae la puta puerta, coño. ¿Y ahora? Creo que me he metido en un lío, ¿eh? No, 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 no.
What?
Se nos ha dado la vuelta, ¿eh? Sí, ahora sí. Que bebé. No, no vengas. Parece que a ellas no las ven. Eso está muy bien. Uf. Vale, va bien. Qué peña todavía, ¿eh? Espérate. Mierda. Un poco tontitos son, ¿eh? Hay un tío. Daos, coño. No sé yo si será por aquí, pero... Vaya mareo de sitio, ¿eh? También.
What do you think you're doing? Just be careful next time.
Vale, eso da igual, entonces. Que me vean. Aquí no, ¿eh? Tiene que ser ahí abajo. ¿Qué cojones están haciendo aquí abajo? No hay nadie aquí, ¿no? Ah, me lo llevo. ¿Qué coño? ¿Se mueren? ¡Se han muerto! La suda. Vámonos. Hay que salir de aquí. Parece que aquí no hemos terminado, ¿eh? Ahora sí. Aquí no ha pasado nada. Y la otra se queda abajo. ¡Parvati! Hasta ahí. Y aquí no ha pasado nada, hombre. ¿Dónde he estado? Por ahí. Vale. Pues eso está cogido ya. ¿Qué más queda para hacer? A ver. Vale, eso está. La estira no hemos ido todavía. Vale, esta la puedo hacer. En estila nada. Ay. Vale, solo quedaría hacer entonces esta. Jubiladlos en el cielo. Sí, antes de irme. ¿Dónde coño tengo que ir? Dios. Podría salir por aquí también, ¿no? Igual. Bueno, esto es entrar, parece ser. Que entres para allí, ¿eh? Podría hacer un viaje. Es que no me deja hacer viajes rápidos. Chorraditas. Esto no es chorradita. Ni eso, ni eso. Todo se puede vender o desmontar. Lo que pasa es que este camino no me acuerdo, ¿eh? Creo que era por aquí. Me suena que sí. Vale, y aquí a ver si me marca algún otro lado. Allí. Joes.
That's the last of them.
Finally. Is it just
El acceso a esta zona está restringido. Yo voy a entrar igual.
Welcome to the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Early Retirement Center.
Ah.
You, the lucky few, have been selected to spend the rest of your days living the high life in your own private district in Byzantium. When you arrive, you'll be whisked away to your very own luxury penthouse, furnished exclusively by 24/7 Furniture's deluxe Falscowood collection.
Oye, se ve guapo todo,
Some assembly required. 24/7 Furniture is not responsible for any injury, psychological damage, or divorce litigations that occur during the assembly process. After you get settled in, you'll have the chance to explore your new home. Why not go for a bite at one of our many restaurants, like CNP's Blazing Borscht Barbecue or Rizzo's All-You-Can-Crunch Cereal Buffet? Or maybe you'd like to head to the bar and enjoy an ice-cold Zero-G Brew by Spacer's Choice. Zero-G Brew, an ale that's
¿Qué
good for
decís?
what ails you.
A beber
Although
cervezas.
in the early retirement district, nothing will. All this and more will be complimentary for the entirety of your stay, courtesy of the House
¡Qué guay!
Holdings Corporation. You won't have to spend a bit. So relax, grab a refreshment from one of our vending machines, and enjoy our specially constructed welcome center. While you're here, be sure to check out the displays for some fun facts about the early retirement program and selection process. Then, once you're ready, enter the elevator at the end of the hall and leave your troubles behind. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
La jubilación anticipada.
Early retirement. Congratulations. Welcome to the Halcyon Holdings Corporation
¿Te callas ya?
Retirement Center. You, the
Pues se repite, macho. Antes de comenzar tu nueva vida en Bizancio, nuestra normativa de seguridad requiere que expreses tu confianza en lo siguiente. El empleado aceptará cumplir las reglas y las normativas del centro. ¿Vale? Sí. Bla, 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 bla. También declara que ha recibido dicho paquete de antes otros. Acepto, hombre. Has dado el primer paso para un viaje más importante, el viaje más importante de tu vida. Tu jubilación anticipada te espera. ¡Qué guay!
You'll be whisked away to your very own luxury penthouse. By 24/7 Furniture's deluxe Falscowood collection.
No me fío.
Some assembly
Pelo,
required. 24/7 Furniture is not responsible for any injury, psychological
No me
damage,
fío
or divorce
un
litigation
puto
that
pelo.
occur during the assembly process. After you get settled in, you'll have the chance to explore your new home. Why not go for a bite at one of our many restaurants, like CNP's Blazing Borscht Barbecue or Rizzo's All-You-Can-Crunch Cereal Buffet? Or maybe you'd like to head to the bar and enjoy an ice-cold Zero-G Brew by Spacer's Choice. Zero-G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you, although in the early retirement district, nothing will.
Sabía yo.
And more will be complimentary for the entirety of your stay, courtesy of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation.
Es una carnicería.
Spend a bit. So relax, grab a refreshment from one of our vending machines and enjoy our specially constructed welcome. While you're here, be sure to check out the displays for some fun facts about the early retirement program and selection process. Then, once you're ready, enter the elevator at the end of the hall and leave your troubles behind. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Today is the first day of the early retirement. Congratulations. Welcome.
¡Coño!
Holdings Corporation Early Retirement. You, the lucky ones, have been selected to spend the rest of your days living the high life in your own private district in Byzantium. When you arrive, you'll be whisked away to your very own luxury penthouse, furnished exclusively by 24/7 Furniture.
Qué buena es este arma,
Falscowood collection. Some assembly required. 24/7 Furniture is not
Pues sí, bonita jubilación,
psychological damage or divorce litigations that occur during the assembly process.
Bonita
After you get settled
jubilación.
in, you'll have the chance to explore your new home. Why not go for a bite at one of our many restaurants, like CNP's Blazing
Me lo lía,
Barbecue or Rizzo's
Todo muy bonito.
cereal buffet. Or maybe you'd like to head to the bar and enjoy an ice-cold zero-G brew by Spacer's Choice.
¿Dónde está la cerveza que me han prometido?
An ale that's good for what ails you. Although in the early retirement district, nothing will. All this and more will be complimentary for the entirety of your stay, courtesy of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation. You won't have to spend a bit. So relax. Grab a
So relax. Sí, so relax.
Enjoy our specially constructed welcome center. While you're here, be sure to check out the displays for some fun facts about the early retirement program and selection process. Then, once you're ready, enter the elevator at the end of the hall and leave your troubles behind.
A ti no te mato porque veo que solo estás para limpiar.
Of the rest of your life. Today is the first day of your early retirement. Congratulations. Welcome.
La nueva vida es la muerte. Ya he visto.
Early Retirement Center.
Vale,
You, the
vámonos.
lucky few, have been selected to spend the rest of your days living the high life in your own private district in Byzantium. When you arrive, you'll be whisked away to your very own luxury penthouse, furnished exclusively by 24/7
Este por lo menos vino armado, pero
Volskowid Collection.
cañón de descargas ultra.
24/7 furniture.
Solicitud de evolución.
Not responsible for any injuries, psychological
Esto me lo voy a quedar yo.
situations that occur during the assembly process.
Bueno, pues a ver qué hay aquí.
You'll have the chance to explore your new.
Os pondréis locos, ¿verdad? Que no sé ni dónde coño estoy. Escapa.
All security search failed. Suspicious data not
Pasa. No quiero tener que ponerme a tiros con vosotros, ¿eh? Pero si tengo que hacer, lo haré. Parecen amigables. ¿Qué pasa aquí? Uy, no. Bueno, pues ahora sí. Hasta luego, Lucas. Hasta luego, cocodrilo. Nada. Ah, hombre, ya aquí hemos estado. Esto ya sé dónde es. Pues ya está, fuera. Pobres jubilados, se los han cargado a todos, tío. Es que me lo estaba oliendo, ¿eh? Iba a ser algo así. Un sitio donde los iban a llevar amablemente. Sí, sí, venid, venid. Y luego, ¡ar! Muerte. No, 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 perdón, 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 perdón. Pues macho, chaval. Gracias. No sé. O sea, lo que no puedes pasar por ahí.
Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't you just see this? I must admit, I'm getting a certain thrill out of our little arrangement. If this goes well, it is going. What? You mean it's just a sham they perpetuate so they can dispose of the rabble? That's
Fantástico.
brilliant. To take the most burdensome members of our society and simply remove them. Oh, I'll never doubt the wisdom of the board again.
Qué guarra es.
Why, I had no reason to be envious at all. What a relief. And how else would I react? A vagrant such as yourself couldn't possibly appreciate the emotional burden this news has lifted from my shoulders. But regardless of your ignorance, I promised you a fee for your services, so a fee you shall have.
Paga, paga.
Of course, as we agreed. I'm not one. In any event, while I'm deeply grateful for the peace of mind you've brought me, I earned my place here, just like everyone else. My grandfather,
¿Qué significa RIP?
Chief Idea Officer. He came up with all the best ideas for their
Me da
products.
igual.
You know the font they use for Stogie Slims? That was him. Well, he described the idea of it to their font development. It was a very... I just told you. My grandfather made millions of... Of course it is. Wealth is the most visible, objective
Buah,
measure
que
of
esta es una vive
success.
la vida, vamos.
If you have wealth, you're successful. And if you're successful, you must have earned it. Honestly. You're welcome. Now, do we have any further business?
Te jodan. Ah, payasa de señora. No sé ni para qué le ayudó. Vámonos. No me ha gustado nada este pueblo, ¿eh? Muy lleno de pijos y... y gente indeseable. Ay. Vamos a ver.
If you don't, you have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
¿Qué pasa?
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career.
¿Quién eres?
I think you're being modest. I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backwater, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up. When you cut off power to Edgewater, you saved me a great deal of trouble. Now I don't have to bother trying to save that town. All this happened because some mysterious stranger
De nada.
fell out of
¿Tú
the
quién
sky.
eres?
Not always. For the longest time, I could never be sure if you were on our side or against us.
Voy por libre.
You should be back on the Hope, frozen in a hibernation chamber. Yet here you are, flying about in a stolen ship, leaving a trail of paperwork in your wake.
Eh?
The board doesn't know what to make of you. But I do. I've seen your potential. There's so much we can do for this colony. We raised security on the Hope after Wells broke in. As for discovering the identity of the missing colonist, all we had to do was scan the passenger manifest.
Ah, bueno, claro.
You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate. There's exactly one vessel in all of Byzantium that looks like it dropped out of an
De un cuerpo de
drama.
Teleter.
Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us.
¿Por qué?
He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you.
Toca escoger bando.
With Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal. Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend.
Sí, pero gracias a él estoy vivo. O sea, gracias a él me han despertado, así que... Traicionar así porque sí.
Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant Akonde's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Está triste, ¿eh? En fin. ¿Qué le vamos a hacer? ¿Puedo ir a Gorgona también? Ah, bueno, Gorgona es DLC, creo. Espérate. Antes de ir a donde Phineas, hay misiones que quiero terminar. Pues ya veremos qué hago. Todavía no lo he decidido. No. Vamos a terminar ya con la cita de Parvati, hombre. Pero tengo que hablar con ella.
I swear, next time we put in the groundbreaker, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask her over. Oh, I'm so nervous. I haven't...
Creo que es hora de que te vayas y la hostia.
The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Bueno, ya estamos aquí. ¿Qué? ¿Qué vas a hacer?
All right. She's on her way. You bet I am. You don't want to know how much engine gun came off me in the shower.
Pero ahora quiero ver cómo está vestida. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué mejor forma hay de dominar un ecosistema foráneo que dar caza a su depredador más peligroso y colgar su cabeza en la pared? Pues sí, eso es verdad. Y te vayan en salchichas de porco bravo y oro. Esta es como mi habitación, ¿verdad? Qué bonitos, son como regalitos que me van dando. Encima le asesiné. Mira, qué guapas.
So I told him, Dad, I'm a big girl now. I don't need your help. I can do it on my lonesome.
Me va demasiado formal.
Have at it then. And he handed me his favorite wrench, the one he used for the counter. He's probably half as tall as I was. He didn't scold you for talking back to him?
Creo que los voy a dejar ahí en paz un ratito. Pero espérate. ¡Ahora me están echando de la nave! Me van a hacer triqui. Van a hacer triqui.
We gotta talk about this.
¿De qué?
If we wanted the board's attention, we got options. Piracy, vandalism. We want to put some fear in the board, right? I want to believe you, but the adjutant didn't... You just got an audience with Sofia Conde. That's the adjutant...
La Junta del Presidente.
You sure we should... If you think she's using us, why'd you give her the time of day? That's cold, boss. I like it. I know we're freelancers and all. We take work where we can find it. This is how the board gets you. A job here, an errand there. Before you know it...
No me importaría oírte decir algún sí señor de vez en cuando.
Come on, boss. You know I'd never imagine you as some... I appreciate your time. Let's get back.
A ver. El Félix de la Fuente. ¿Te podemos equipar decentemente? No. Bueno, sí, venga, ponte el brinda. Se ve guapo, ¿eh? Se ve guapo, ¿eh? Parece que aguanta bien. Ahora se acabó. A ver si han hecho triqui-triquilla. Igual es pillo ahí. ¿Qué he traído? ¿La cena?
Okay, Captain, she's gone. I feel like running laps around the cargo bay. So she got here, and after a few minutes she said, "Hey, do you have some new parts?" And I was like, "Nah." And then she just sort of touched my arm, gentle-like, and called the cut of my outfit elegant. I couldn't hear the rest on account of my heart. Then I led her into the kitchen. I think she about cried. She stood stock still and just said, "Oh, real soft." Oh, and let me tell you, I was sweating. I told her how we got Mr. Raymond to bake it for us, so it was double authentic. Made by a real live...
Monarquino.
Monarch. Sure was. Near best thing to homemade, Junlei said. When I brung out the sweetheart cakes, June, she got a little tear. But I stopped her because I wanted to say it first. I never felt so bold.
¿Y?
I told her about how she made me feel. Bold like I acted. Strong. Smart. And then she pulled out a paper and read a speech. She talked about the things she admired about...
Espera, ¿escribió un discurso para declararte su amor?
She was worried she wouldn't get the words out right. Especially after that message about Isabel. Sweet. Anyhow, when she wrapped up, I asked her to be my girlfriend. And Captain, she said yes!
Pues me alegro.
It's all on your account, you know. Imagine if you'd never taken me out of Edgewater. I'd have never met you. I don't know nothing about the Vicar's capital P plan, but you've sure changed my life.
Ay, de nada, hombre.
If you don't mind, I'm just gonna head to my cabin and happy scream into my pillow for like an hour.
45.000 de experiencia, la chaval. Velada encantada. ¿Oh? Hostia, hay bien de cosas, Bien de cosas. Oye, me han dado una foto. Nuestra foto. Mira la que bajas. Qué baja, oye, me ha gustado al final ayudarles en la misión. Ahora serán felices. Pero una misión menos. Ya está. Antes de volver podría hacer esta también. Espérate, antes. Muy bien. Acepto. Oye, ¿y Félix qué tiene para revelar? Pues... Pues venga, eso mismo. Y esto mismo. Bueno, que nos vamos de misión. A ver.
We've reached HRS-1084, Captain.
Allí tenemos que
It's
ir.
emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static.
Nos llevamos a Nokia y a Félix. La parvatiora que se quede en la nave hablando con la novia.
We gotta get the power up and running. I'm shivering in my boots here.
Restricted área. Bueno, realmente no, porque esto está jodido.
Staying out of sight.
Hay bichos, Son máquinas.
We ought to keep an eye on these autos. We poke around too much, they might wake up.
Vaya por Dios. De momento no les llama la atención. Vaya por Dios. Es que ¿para qué os ponéis en medio? Mucha mierda estoy viendo aquí, ¿eh? Vale.
Oh, I see you have activated your holographic shroud, Captain. Excellent. Becoming indistinguishable from an authentic UDL trooper will prove advantageous to your current situation. A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently docked with the station. They are patching into the station's transmission lines now. I cannot stop.
I've been waiting for this day since we tagged your ship in Cascadia, Captain. Wait, who are you? No one told me we had security forces deployed on the station already. Roger that. Just as a precaution, I'm sure you won't mind if we turn on the station's security systems.
Actívalo.
We hate to leave this location undefended after a close call with outlaws. That should have been fixed by now. As you say.
Ya, toma por culo, hombre. Lárgate.
The UDL gunship is undocking from the station. They appear to be departing into space.
You got a real fine way with words.
Bueno, ¿y ahora qué? Aquí no puedo entrar. Que abrirse de alguna manera, ¿eh? Para allá a ese lado.
an eye on the floor.
Pero tampoco importa mucho porque son máquinas lo que hay. Tonterías. Al final no es todo siempre liarse a tiros. Cosas. Todo lo que no me valga siempre se puede vender. Se ve a veces como raro, ¿eh? Sí, chaval, es como que se ve a rayas ahí. No viene a cuento. Vale, aquí ya no. Era ahí en esa zona. Es raro de cojones, ¿eh? Pero bueno, va.
I'll ever meet the people responsible for this. I'm shooting first, never asking questions.
Portaros bien, maquinitas. Mira, esto es donde antes. Hala. Nada.
Know something? He might be the finest agent Sublet ever hired. Trend. I've seen that name before somewhere. Cascadia, right?
Cascadia. Vaya por Dios, esto está fuertemente blindado. Pues ya hemos terminado aquí. Que te había visto. A veces dan cosas interesantes, pero ya veo que la mayoría de veces patatas. Espérate, igual con esa tarjeta sí puedo entrar donde estaba antes, ¿eh? Pues ¿dónde hostias me lleva? Ah, no todo el cacharro. Ya, pues vámonos. Qué mal rollo esto, Tampoco pasaba mucho porque creo que a las máquinas les cuesta reconocerme. Si hubiese gente, bueno, pero al no verla es fácil pasar desapercibido. Ahí, eso. Pues que entonces que he terminado aquí, ¿no? Volvemos a la pionera. Esta era bastante easy.
Captain, I wish to offer my commendations for convincing the UDL's gunship to leave HRS-1084. I did not favor the idea of being stripped and sold for parts. Welcome back, Captain. How can I...
Pues nada.
May luck be...
Ahora, pues vamos a la pionera de nuevo. A cobrar la misión. Y luego no sé, habrá que ir a Estira o algo. Ah, no, hay que terminar la misión principal. Luego de ahí ya veremos. Vengo a cobrar. Vengo a cobrar. Ya vender. Aquí era, ¿no? Sí. En Sublight. Buenos días.
Finally, a base of our own. Soon we'll have eyes on every corner of the system. Well done, Captain. I'll have those dismantled. You can never be too careful when moving into someone else's territory. Aside from the automated security, did you meet any resistance at the station? I knew it. They've been shadowing us since Monarch, maybe even longer. I've been less than honest with you. Your assignments weren't strictly about the salvage business.
No, ¿qué más ha pasado?
Already. After the Monarch job, I started connecting the dots. I didn't like the picture. Then what we found at Station 1084 confirmed my fears. You and I have stumbled onto something big. Something none of us were meant to know.
Chun, chun, chun.
Maybe the worst. Ask yourself why a skeleton crew was studying that Alta Vitae gas in secret. Ask yourself why stockpiles were hidden on a planet full of monsters.
Ya, también.
Before we go any further, I want you to keep an open mind. Can you do that for me, Captain?
Sí.
Aliens. I'm talking about aliens. They're the ones responsible for the deaths at 1084, and who knows what else. We have to put a stop to it.
I knew it. Aliens from other worlds been visiting Halcyon.
At least one of your crew can keep an open mind. But this isn't some Aetherwave serial, Millstone. This is reality. Hear me out. I'm saying it's aliens. I'm not asking you to like it. I'm not even asking you to
A
believe.
matar aliens.
But I need to act on this threat to the colony, and I can't do it alone.
Right. I'm done. I'm officially tuning you out until such time as I hear the words.
Damn, she's serious. Tragic, ain't it? What age does to your mental faculties?
The crew is skeptical. That's good. I don't want you walking into the unknown with blindfolds on. I assume you have questions? If we're gonna see this through, I'll need your trust and commitment. Now's the time for setting doubts aside.
Venga, va, te ayudaré.
Dr. Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiments. She sold out her species, and I need you to put a bullet through her skull. She's a research scientist and a damn good one. Before UDL poached her, she engineered a 0.2% increase in cystipig juiciness. Now she's doing the same thing with humanity. Her fingerprints were all over Station 1084. You saw what she did to her team. It's cute that you'd think that about me. I just want to add Savior of Humanity to my resume. I've got ambitions outside of
Tampoco.
Do you usually come across innocent people trapped in suspension tanks? Because some of us would call that excessive.
Ya, la verdad es que sí.
Remember, the tanks were just the shit she left behind. Just imagine the experiments she carted off to her next lab. We're far beyond theories. Chartrand's logs, the gas, the suspension tanks. How much proof do you need? Wake up, Captain. An
Pero le puedo hablar y
invasion
preguntar, ¿no?
collaborators working from the shadows. She has access to the board, unlimited funds, and a colony full of sheep. This keycard will get you through the front door of her Byzantium estate. Don't ask how I got it. You might not like the answer. By now, the other side knows what you're doing. Don't trust anything Chartrand says. She's compromised down to the bone. Maybe even deeper than that.
Pues vaya. Pero acepto el trabajo. Por supuesto. Faltaría más. Bueno, que me vea la nave. A ver. ¿No tengo ninguna misión cogida o qué? La voy a donde Phineas primero y a ver qué me dice. No la voy a traicionar. De momento.
Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
Espero que no me hayan seguido. Que aquí capaces. Parece que no la quiero liar, ¿eh?
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died.
Mitigar órdenes del tejido humano durante el proceso de reanimación.
You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. Something about this feels wrong. I don't know why the board would ever conduct such an experiment, unless they're working on some kind of hibernation technology.
Pues posiblemente.
I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly zero progress. I used to work for these people. I'm intimately familiar with the utter incompetence of the board's own scientists. I know! I've suspected as much for years. Of course, I don't expect the board to do a thing about it. They've been driving our colony to the brink of destruction for decades. The board's mismanagement put our colony on the road to collapse. If we don't put a stop to them, thousands of colonists are going to die. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause.
Pues igual con la jubilación anticipada esa.
For the hope, for your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all, toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
Qué gusto.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope. Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of
Porque se me has dicho tú.
the plan. If we link up the Hope to the unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately.
Vale.
I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon.
Ha bajado mi reputación con la Junta.
I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it. You absolutely should.
¿Por qué? Eso es que tienes algún plan.
The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some time. The board's going to catch up to me sooner or later. This way I'll have time to set up some particularly nasty defenses. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses.
Vale. Pues otro nivel. Vamos a hacer esto primero. Al principio solo confiaba a mí en un 23,7%, ¿eh?
That should do it. You've bought me more than enough time.
Burbujitos. Vamos a ver qué hay. Ahora para terminar. Ah, pues la nave.
Captain, you have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him.
Ah, no pasa nada.
Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony.
Bizancio es muy grande.
Meet me in my office. I've authorized your ship at my personal landing pad.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say, considering she didn't sign off. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Igual me la quieren liar, ¿eh? No me extrañaría nada. Epa, a ver, misiones. No me extrañaría absolutamente nada. Puedo terminar también con esto.
The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Es más que nada por ir limpiando misiones también. Que encima sobre todas las misiones es lo que más experiencia da. Ni no, ni no, ni no.
2.5 seconds. Force positive.
Creo que por aquí no es. Pues es que aquí hemos estado.
CNP, I can't believe it's not forced. It's unbelievable how good it is.
Por aquí igual. Sí, tiene que ser por aquí. Ah, vale, tengo traje.
And we're stuck. You know, lab coats don't usually lock places up without reason. We find any...
To the last ratted on rotten time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed?
Envía a Ellie.
What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine. Should have known she'd send a bruiser after me. Damned if I don't rue the day I saved her scrawny little hide. Inadvertently, I befriended a bloodhound in the process. Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you?
No, hombre.
I owe them. A lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
¿Qué hiciste para meterte en problemas?
What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear. Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. All right, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years.
Y tú lo robaste.
If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udam as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udam's deposit I'd spent. Well, law have mercy. That sure works in my favor. With Udam gone, I don't owe money to anyone on the board no more. You have my greatest gratitude for letting me know I am now debt-free.
Espérate.
If there's no one to pay the hitman, then I'm pretty much... You sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts between me...
Cuídate hasta que vuelva. Eres liebre. Bueno, no hay nada aquí decente. Soy mierda, ¿eh? Esta no se abre. ¿Qué hay aquí? Por curiosidad. Ah, vale, que son los míos, joder, estaba asustado. ¿Esto dónde lleva? Pues siempre que vengo aquí encuentro sitios nuevos, ¿eh? Diario de Ocupa. Vale, esto es un sitio Ocupa. Hombre, mira dónde estamos ahora. Esto se puede cerrar así. Pasad.
Talk to your local manager about applying for military training and lend your life to protecting our wonderful brands and products. Military service does not guarantee full employment rights, military discount, health benefits, military burial, training, or weapons. This story brought to you by Halcyon News. All the news that fit the broadcast.
Vaya por Dios. Tiene las cosas cerradas con llave, ¿eh? Ya me iba.
One of the orderlies told me Jesse's out already? You really do work fast. Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better than average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off. If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if...
Hombre, pues otra más a la nave.
She helped me win a bet. We were on a smuggling run planet side when our point man bet me I couldn't outrun a mantisaur.
¿Y?
And as you can probably guess, the thing was faster than it looked. Probably would have caught me if Jesse hadn't. Yeah, but the important thing is... You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a... Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with a view.
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real happy to have you.
Hola, venga, vete.
Hello. No.
Hello.
Take care.
Vamos a la nave, porque aquí hemos terminado. Creo que hemos terminado, sí. No, lo tonto ya me he hecho misiones, ¿eh? Podría hacer esto también. Pero me ayudará a buscarlos, ¿no? Supongo. espérate, igual... Había que comprarlo aquí. Es que me suena que había que comprar por lo menos el espacial, sí, ¿eh? Ahora, ¿quién por no tengo ni puta idea?
Rizzo's purple-berry fudge.
¿Este igual?
Is it just me or is groundbreaking? Oh, and it's not the best. A lot of slogans. Heard of it? My orientation aether wave showed that famous Saltuna.
If you did, that'd be good, actually. They could use that.
I'd have to go over my contract, but I don't think... So, what can I get you? Some soap?
Llevamos el mismo sombrero.
I got you too? Yeah. Same hat.
¿A ti también te han pillado por banda?
You are. Looks really good on you. What a snug fit on your giant head. Hope you're very happy in there.
You think he means it?
As a consumer-facing representative of Spacer's Choice, I'm obligated to project honest testimony, including what I just said. Wear it with pride, with hope. I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our consumer care headwear. Oh, I'm having a stellar day, and not just because I'm legally obligated. I can see all of the top-quality merchandise.
Puta, los dientes.
Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working. Sprout wash, mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among. Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them on all of Groundbreaker.
¿Tienes que dormir con eso puesto?
Trouble sleeping? Try our lunar eclipse mix. That's 2 handfuls of pep pills washed down.
Pobre hombre.
The blast will send you through the stratosphere and the crash will knock you out.
¿Ganga especial te hace llevar eso?
Add an additional 10% to your purchase today and the proceeds will be donated to Spacer Cares. At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotional well-being. That's why we put Martin through 6 years of vendor school. Only
A Martín. Este se llama Martín.
Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now. Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moon Melt? Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job, it may not seem like much to... If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in them. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short... It's fine. I should be strong. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality...
Qué pesado.
Have a look.
No. Ahí vende. No, es que este no es espacial. Este no me vende nada espacial.
What seems to... A better select...
Aquí tampoco he estado.
Reminds me of being on Hiram's balcony. Don't look down. Don't look down. Oh, look, sprats. They're cute until they go for the throat.
Esto es como el basurero, ¿no?
Hey, that's impressive.
¿Hasta dónde lleva ahora? Mucha basura espacial, ¿eh?
That's clever. Hey, how'd you get back there?
Hola. No sé.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? I got a full...
Nada. Este tampoco tiene nada espacial. Que me suena que aquí vendían un traje espacial, ¿eh? Bueno, pues bien. Bien de luto.
Hello? Someone there? Help! I'm locked in here. Can you get me out?
Nice.
Thank you, stranger. Shit, ain't that a relief?
¿Qué hacías aquí?
You have no idea how good the air on Groundbreaker smells until you've been trapped in a tiny bathroom with... Thanks again, friend. You're gonna shake me down after I was trapped in a shit-covered bathroom? Hey, let's not be hasty. Here, I've got a few bits on me. Take it. It's time to reevaluate my career goals.
Y ya está, es que... Vaya a cagar. Vaya a cagar. ¿Y por qué aquí hay tanto bicho?
Here they come. Down they go. That's the last of them.
Aquí no limpiamos la nave, ¿eh? Si es que yo pensaba que esto lo tenía explorado y que va ni de coña. Eso está guay. ¿Y este lado entonces dónde lleva? ¿A un almacén? Del bar. Estas son las cositas del bar. Ketchup. Sigo sin saber dónde estoy. este es el bareto.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement.
A new face. Nothing.
Nada, este tampoco vende ropa. Os han saqueado. Os han saqueado. Ya está, no veo aquí nada más. Así quería mirar esto. Bueno, no precisamente esto. Había otro sitio que quería mirar. No empujéis. Pero había otro. Hoy recuerdo haber visto otra salida, vamos. Mira esta, ¿eh? Y esta. No, yo creo que no, ¿eh? Pero es que ahora no lo encuentro. Esto. Que bueno, vamos, que me lleva al mismo sitio. ¿En serio? ¿No hay nada aquí? Tango, Lost Hope.
Heard you've been working for Sublight.
Ah, este es el bar.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your
¿Tú tienes trajes espaciales?
Of course, I.
No tenían buena pinta esos plátanos, pero bueno. Hola.
Is any of the news they play here actually true?
Bah, tonterías. No tiene más que tonterías. Este igual vende algo.
It's almost. I found.
Pues de ropa nada. que tenéis bichos en el baño. ¿Qué es que haga?
Rizzle's Purple Berry Crunch.
Pues luego aquí no me venden ningún traje espacial ni nada, ¿eh?
Now with 12% more crunch.
Salto. Nada. Nada tampoco. Muy ruso eso, ¿eh? Ni no, ni no, ni no. Vámonos, que aquí no veo nada tampoco para hacer. No encuentro el puñetero vendedor del traje espacial, así que nos largamos.
Sending a corrupted tracking signal to the board was quite clever, if I might say, Captain.
Lo puedes decir, sí. ¿Y qué más misiones tengo? Escila. Escila. Al Valle Esmeralda. Me podría seguir también con esta misión del... de la Nokia. Collecting People.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Pues ya es bien grande entonces la zona, ¿eh? No, se estrena la nueva. Hola, buenos días.
You some sort of freelancer?
¿Dónde está? A ver, ¿dónde tengo que ir? Está allí. ¿Qué ha pasado aquí? ¿Ha habido saqueo puro y duro o qué? Ah, este es el... Vale, vale. Lo que está electrificado.
I'd wager this is the outpost. Rebecca! Anders! Come on out!
Hay dos personas hostiles, ¿eh? Y nadie se enteró. Caca. Me marca aquí, así que estarán aquí metidos. Si encuentro la puerta de entrada, vamos. Ahí.
Huh. Rebecca taught me this once. You can jerry-rig these old locks so as they don't open anymore. But we've only ever done that if we're in a real bind. Here, I'll fix it. Hey, take a gander. Oh no. Oh no. What did you do?
Uh-oh. This looks bad.
Uy, se han matado.
I don't... They were... That bitch! They were all set to abandon us! What would Clara say, huh? Every day she'd ask if we heard from you. And she'd have forgiven you. The kid had a soul that made the sulfur smell like roses. Ugh. Had to leave your medallions to rot with you, but Clara would want to be buried with her sister.
Estás bien. Estás bien.
At least I know. Ought to have learned by now that getting one's hopes up tends to open them to being dashed across the stars. I hate to say this, but Clara died thinking her sister was still fighting to get back home. I think I'm glad. If she were still alive now, it'd break her to know the truth. Yeah, maybe. I'm used to disappointment. She was still so naive as to let it hurt her every time. Only thing left is to take these medallions home, which means figuring out how to bait the mana queen out of our old base. The most pissed off I've ever seen a queen was when a foreign species was on her soil. I'd wager the stench of a primal might do the trick.
Olor de cafre.
That'd be boring. Half the fun in exploring is the fact that you're on an unknown trail. I've never had the pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla. Let's tear a few apart.
A Scylla también.
I'm sure they've got pheromones. Everything does.
Pues nada, ya iremos a Scylla. Es el siguiente... La siguiente misión. Vamos a terminar de saquear esta zona. Y nos largamos. Chimpún. Que estos tendrán poco level, Mira, ahí sí puedo entrar, por ejemplo. ¿Y cómo puedo entrar? Vamos a entrar. Cógelo, coño. Retrocohetes, eso se lo llevo. ¿Ya está? ¿Ya está? Pues vaya mierdón de sitio. No, no es tan difícil subir, ¿eh? Para lo que hay. Vámonos, anda, vámonos. Escila también. Esto es en escila. Escila y escila. Vamos a distancia, hombre. ¿Está mi nave? Aquí.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Vale, pues vamos.
Can we talk?
¿Qué pasa?
In one piece, Captain.
¿Quién quiere hablar conmigo? Tú.
Since we're in Byzantium, there's something I've been meaning to do. I haven't actually talked to my folks in a while. Shocking, right? Anyway, it's probably about time I paid them a visit, given the dangerous life I lead. They've got... Which brings us to where we are today. Several messages. See, I'm originally from Byzantium, born... Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Reconnect is a... And, I was...
¿Acompañarte por?
Because it would be fun.
Está bien, iremos.
Great. And when we get there, if you've got an outfit you haven't washed in a while, maybe one with some blood stains. You're the boss. Anything else?
Que vayamos allá, a ver. ¿Qué nos tienen que decir?
Someone to watch your back, please.
Ay, me ha dado pena el tendero, el que tenía la cabeza incrustada. Buenos días. Tengo cita.
Not so fast.
Bueno, tan rápido.
All right, you're clear.
Ah.
The adjutant's expecting you. Go on through.
Joder, me llena de mucha mierda aquí, Vamos para arriba. ¿De aquí? Sí. ¿Qué pasa con usted, señora?
I admit part of me expected you to stand by your old friend. For better or worse, Wells was responsible for putting you back on your feet. That said, he's also a wanted criminal. For information regarding his whereabouts, you are entitled to collect a reward from Percival. I understand you've infiltrated the Ministry. The things you discovered there must have been shocking, even disturbing.
Pues sí.
Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction. I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine you have questions.
Guess Monarch folk ain't the only ones fucked around here. That ain't exactly an uplifting thought.
I know your face. Stellar Bay's most infamous hunter. How curious that you've thrown your
Oye,
lot in.
saliera con lo que le dé la gana.
Monarch may harbor delusions of independence, but make no mistake. You are a part of our colony. If we fall, Monarch falls with us.
What's in this for you? There's gotta be an angle. There always is for people like you.
I appreciate your skepticism, Dr. Fenhill. But I'm not doing this for any personal gain. My angle is the preservation of our colony by any means possible. Nothing more and nothing less. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony is on the verge of collapse. But there is a way to save it.
¿Cuál es?
We need to talk about Emerald Vale. Thanks to your meddling, Edgewater is without power. Operations have ground to a halt. You've left us with a useless town draining our resources. Edgewater needs to go. I want you to wipe the town out. No survivors.
Que lo borre del mapa.
I get that you board types are all about efficiency, but isn't this a bit much?
I'm asking your captain to amputate a rotting limb from the colony. I'd expect you to understand, Dr. Fenhill.
I will hunt beasts until I'm out of ammunition, and then I'll fight a good long while after. But I am not about to mow down a crowd of innocent people.
Then I suggest you find your courage, or pretend you're hunting beasts.
¿Me estás pidiendo que haga un genocidio?
I need a decision from you. When you diverted power to the botanical lab, you spelled the end of Edgewater. But the town is still hanging on, still living off whatever meager resources we send them. With every passing day, Edgewater leeches more of our limited resources. The town is a rotting limb, and we must be surgeons. Because right now, you're the only person I can depend on. My hands are tied by endless rolls of red tape and bureaucratic limitations.
Vete tú y mátalos.
Halcyon is going to collapse while the board hems and haws and debates minutiae. We need to act, and you're the only person with the wherewithal to do what's necessary. I'm not asking you to be a murderer. I'm asking you to be a surgeon. Edgewater is a necrotic limb on the body of the colony. It must be severed. We don't have any other option. The colony is on the verge of collapse, and we no longer have the luxury of easy solutions.
Estás loca.
No. Allowing thousands of colonists to starve to death because we couldn't make one cold-blooded decision is insane. What I'm suggesting is absolutely logical. Steel your spine, Captain. Do what needs to be done.
¿Qué? Es una decisión difícil, pero creo que voy a pasar.
Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be, Captain. I rather like you, and I'd hate to have you shot for disobeying a direct order. Not true. You can choose to say, yes, ma'am, or at once, Madam Adjutant, or as you wish, or even, I'll take care of it. I'm disappointed. I was so sure you had...
¿Estás viendo que haga un genocidio?
They got the drop on us. Bring them down. Nice one.
Me está pidiendo que haga un genocidio, tío.
They're on us. Bring them down. Everyone all right?
A tomar por culo. Mira, las cosas se han puesto chungas, ¿eh? ¿Cómo voy a pegar? ¿Cómo he pegado antes? Con el ratón. Payasa. Vienes aquí a... Podría saquear todo, pero... Ah, macho. Cerrado con llave. La cosa se va a poner chunga, ¿eh? Bueno, que podría hacer un viaje rápido, así. ¿Ah? No, no puedo hacerlo.
Their mistake. The last of them.
Es que es lo que hay. No me dejan irme, pues los acribillo. Yo voy a buenas. Si la gente se pone tonta...
Big mistake. I'm warmed up now.
Pues eso, que nos vamos.
You killed the adjutant? We are outlaws in the truest sense of the word now.
¿Y?
Welcome back, Captain. How can I...
Ella me ha atacado antes.
Goodbye.
Y punto. Hasta la verdad ha flipado, tío. ¿Qué coño has hecho? Ella me quería matar por desobedecer. Bueno, lo siento, pero no. Yo a un pueblo inocente no iba a matar. Pues yo creo que podríamos ir a Estila, ¿no? Vamos, espérate, todavía falta esto.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Antes de irnos de aquí ya terminó la misión de esta señora. Que soy enemigo al público número 1. Son desvanecidos. Me estás diciendo que no me dejan ir a la Bizancio.
Going silent.
Pero está el ascensor, ¿eh? No estamos a salvo, ¿eh? Que este arma es brutal. ¡Hola, gente! Aquí ya puedo viajar bien, ¿no? Cuando hay enemigos cerca.
Down there, a new ship. Doesn't look like any of the corporate freighters.
Anti-wheels ketchup. Organic, vegan, handmade, wheat-free, dairy-free, nut-free.
¿Y dónde hay enemigos? Sí hay, ¿eh? Sí hay, sí hay.
Take your best shot, asshole.
I don't want to die! No,
¿Yo qué os he hecho? No, que yo no quería, ¿eh? ¿Os me calmáis un rato? ¿Está? Pasa el peligro. Ya está, todo el mundo tranquilo. La sangría, macho. Qué lujoso todo.
Marilyn, is that you?
Laws, we certainly didn't expect to see you like this.
And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we? Speaking of surprises, you should meet my new friend. We've been running around the system for a while now, stirring up all sorts of trouble. There you go again, Captain. Always menacing, polite society.
Sí, sobre todo a la alta sociedad.
Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not exactly.
La verdad es que no mucho.
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've gotten ourselves into, right? Yep, we're a pair of disgraceful lowlifes.
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
You tell him. We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink your expensive hooch, wear our outside shoes.
Es mármol del bueno.
Just a second. You had the floors redone with real Terran marble? Since when can you afford that?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but you must understand. We hadn't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were dead.
Cada vez salimos más tarde, ¿eh?
I'm not dead. I just never wanted to.
I'm afraid the distinction was lost on us, darling.
Vaya.
We only did what any grieving parents in our position would do. We collected on your life insurance policy.
And the payouts have been rather substantial.
You what?
What vulgar company you keep, Marilyn.
Well, now that I'm here, I guess you'll just have to report back that I'm very much alive and kicking.
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back on so many necessities.
Encima.
The neighbors would be sure to notice.
That's the other problem.
We had to explain your disappearance somehow.
We couldn't very well tell people you'd run off to become a miscreant, could we?
Pues que sepas que eres una gamberra profesional.
Someone could hear you.
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl designing a pair of 12-inch heels for you.
One of a kind, naturally.
That led to your tragic death when you tripped and
Vaya
broke your
panda
neck.
de padres, macho.
It was quite the story. People were talking about it for weeks.
Hey! You're supposed to be on my side. Couldn't you have at least made up a better story? Something with pop. And what are you gonna do now that...
Yes, about that.
Quietly, if you don't. She hasn't changed a bit, I see.
That's it? You just want us to disappear now?
Para que sigan viviendo bien.
Marilyn, please.
Don't cause a scene.
Debería montar el mérito.
Let's just get out of here, Captain. Fine. I'm gone. Forever this time.
Pero, ¿por qué? ¡Dispárale eso! ¡Haz algo!
Let's talk outside.
Podemos robarles. Que yo la robada sí la quería hacer. Me voy a terminar de hablar con esta señorita y lo dejamos, ¿vale?
Can you believe those two? We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage. I thought they'd be scandal. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid aetherwave. Mother would drop her mock apple cider and the glass would shatter all over their overpriced marble.
Luego qué?
I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either the leather's fake but the scars are real. Yeah, I'm gonna use that one day. Now, getting back to my father would throw his hands up because this would be just like me. Then Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red. I'm not hurt. I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that.
Creo que me ha sido mejor así.
I hope you don't think I'm talking about this because I want to... But I want to talk about me now. Can't I just have a drink and punch some poor defenseless pillow instead? Anyway, I don't want to sift through this lousy experience for meaning... Wait a second.
Sigue.
I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole benefit. I'll make money without doing a thing.
¿Cómo piensas hacerlo?
My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. They have an... Maybe you could use some of your people skills to help me set up a dummy benefit. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can find one of their terminals and...
Wow.
I shipped with a merc who had a gun like yours, Nyoka.
Lo que pasa es que hay mucho cadáver por aquí, ¿eh?
Slept with it. Not like that, as far as I know.
Sounds like he had himself a discerning palate. Where are you going with this?
He couldn't hit the broadside of an assault
Vaya por
cruiser,
Dios.
hence the tin shredder.
Wouldn't be the first man I met bearing compensation for his lack of skill.
Voy a intentar pasar desapercibido, vamos. Un poquito, vamos, solo.
Try anti-Cleos. It's better than nature.
If I spit, think I can hit that mechanical down there?
No quería bajar. Tienes una cara de mosqueada. Hola, chato. Igual puedo hacerlo así a lo bruto.
Don't be ridiculous. Here they come. Open fire! Here you go.
¿Y ahora qué? A la nave, pues vamos a la nave. Y lo dejo ya ahí, ¿vale? Uy, al final, a lo tonto, he hecho avances, ¿eh? Nice. A monarca. A monarca, hay que volver. A monarca. Dios, odio monarca. En fin. Pero bueno, ya haremos esto, ¿vale? La esperanza está allí. La esperanza. Voy a hacer un guardado rápido. Y ya le daremos